Yeah. Motherfucker. See what the dealio is, son.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in week. With that, let's get over to Atlanta as we welcome in our brand new broadcast pairing for 2016. I think you like them. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we certainly hope they do. We're looking forward to this year, and we begin it here in the final season opener at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. And as we look at this matchup for the Bucs, they were 6-10 a season ago. The Falcons 8-8, but remember, they got off to that really hot start.
It was a tale of two seasons for them, really. The first half of the season and the second half, they believe they can marry it up and really press for a playoff spot. When you flip it over to Tampa Bay, they haven't won a playoff game since January of 2003 when they won their Super Bowl. They think the pieces are in place as they try and get off the mat themselves.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. That's fielded in the end zone.
Yeah,
and this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week one to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25. Out of Florida State, the former Noel Jameis Winston.
And he's always been a gym rat. He's always been a guy who just absolutely loves the game and loves everything about preparation. Watching tape, rallying teammates, he has a charisma that's just off the charts. How does he get better, though? Starting in year two? Well, he worked on the offseason, lost weight, reconfigured his body. I think it's just a matter of continuing to take care of the football and continuing to lead his team. Because you know in Tampa Bay, they #believe in Jameis.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, they'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Vic Beasley's a very talented outside linebacker whose #1 task, rush the passer. But he has the athletic ability to drop into coverage.
You see him back there, prime time. Prime time.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it. In 2015, we saw the Doug Martin that we saw as a rookie, didn't we?
Absolutely. A 1,400 yards, second only to Adrian Peterson last year.
And he really helped a young quarterback develop by taking a lot of pressure off of him.
Now, my goodness. Coming off that 5-year deal he signed in March.
Feels even better about that.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And
they won't talk about baby. They won't talk about.
40-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now off a breakout 2015, it's Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I know it's a word that we tend to overuse, but Devontae Freeman can be awfully explosive with the ball in his hands.
He showed at the beginning of last year. He had 10 touchdowns the first couple months. The Falcons themselves were red hot, then sort of went down the tubes a little bit toward the end.
Yeah, their team's record and his production declined the same way, but I really like his overall game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to launch this thing way down. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 45 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, he just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards
I'm here.
to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2
there.
there.
I sent you in, right?
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss.
Freeman again. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. The third-year man, Devontae Freeman, he had 1 touchdown as a rookie, 11 last year in his sophomore campaign, so he really burst onto the scene.
He certainly did, and you have to put me in the camp of underestimating him, because when he came out of college, he was one of my favorite backs.
Yeah, I missed
coming out that year. But I always called him the guy who was kind of the jack of all trades. Not that he wasn't the master of all of them.
Damn.
I wasn't sure how he would fit in the NFL. Well, he fits in quite well. He's a lead runner, one of the better guys out there.
And now he's got his first rushing touchdown of 2016. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Yeah.
And they had
Daryl
the
Johnson.
last time that led to
Yeah, I'm playing with the Dirty Birds with Dion.
We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that
Yep.
in capital letters. Turning it
Nah,
over.
it was
The team takes it down and scores.
Rondé.
That could be a deflator for a football team.
Yeah, because Tiki was with New York.
Out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Jameis now on 1st down. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up.
Yeah.
A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back.
Oh,
to
you
football.
talking about for Tampa Bay?
Good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run.
It's Jameis Winston. Let me see. Nah, it ain't Warwick Dunn.
On 2nd down, Martin takes this
It's
one
Martin.
across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs.
Yeah.
On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all
I
week
like
to
this shit
attack.
here.
They took advantage, got the 1st down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all
yeah.
week. They really studied on understood
How's
their
that shit
tendencies,
playing?
knew what they like to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly.
Oh,
and boy,
shit.
the payoff was good.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. And
Damn, what the hell was I going to ask
second
you?
and short. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Damn, hell, I forgot
Some runs
now.
are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jonathan Babineau.
Oh, yeah. How's the quality?
Sack of 2016. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, when you broadcast, what do you have your settings on?
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It would be up there like 720 high, like FPS or some shit like that.
Also burst pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah, he just had to
I just got
chuck
it
away.
on standard 720 high. Yeah, I go on and change it. Oh!
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him.
Hey, yeah, hold on here. Let me change that broadcast right quick, man.
The same experience he had.
I'm gonna go and take it up to that 720.